Hey guys, Ashley here coming at you today with 3 wishes for 2016 in Clash of Clans. So I've been thinking long and hard about the game. As you guys know, I pretty much eat, sleep, and breathe Clash of Clans, so I have a lot of thoughts on the game. Not all of them you will agree with, certainly, but today's going to be something a little bit interesting for the channel. It's going to be the first time in over 470 videos that I mention modding. I've never mentioned modding. I'm sure some of you, maybe my hardcore fans who watch every video, may have noticed that I've never mentioned cheating, and there's a reason for that, which we will definitely cover later in this video. But first, let's get to my first wish for Clash of Clans. My first wish is just for the update frustration to go down, to be reduced, and that is going to be a 2-part solution. Number 1 is, you guys know that I've put out videos regarding balancing before. I'll link both these videos in the description. I put out a video with solutions on how to fix the in-game balancing right now. I've talked about some of the problems before, and I put out in-depth solutions both on the forums. I'll link my forum post as well, but I put a lot of thought into this, and there's a lot of reasons why I think the game is a little bit out of balance, and there's also reasons why I think that the loot needs to be a little bit changed, just slightly. I think that people are starting to adjust, but we have to remember right now that we are dealing with a false economy due to the huge inflation due to the 1 gem resource boost that has actually continued and is still going on right now at the time of this video. So because of that, we're actually seeing a lot more loot in the game, and I'll tell you what, loot has never been better for me as far as my Town Hall 9, 10, or 11 base. I've been farming like crazy with all 3 accounts, and I gotta say, it's been amazing, but that's obviously largely due to the 1 gem boost, and also I'm using heavier armies to do so. So that might not be perfect for every single player, but I gotta say, I'm loving farming right now, but will that last once the 1 gem boost is over? I don't think so. I think it will start to dry up again. That's why I put forward 4 solutions in my how to fix farming video. So between those 2 videos, how to fix farming post update and how to fix balancing in the game post update, that would be my first wish, to have some of those answers received by Supercell and to have some of those addressed. Maybe not with my solutions, as I certainly don't know everything, but those are just some brainstorming ideas. I'm always somebody who likes to bring new solutions to the table rather than just whining or complaining about the situation right now in the game. So that would be my first wish. I just want to see the community back to being happy clashing again. I know with the 1 gem resource boost, things have started to pick up and you see a lot of people being optimistic again. I just hope that continues once the 1 gem boost is over. So moving on to the second wish for Clash of Clans in 2016. My second wish in Clash of Clans is to fix the modding issue. So like I said in the intro, I think that this is going to tie very closely into my third wish, and this is the reason I'm bringing it up today. I don't like when people irresponsibly just ramble and rant on modding. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion on modding, and everybody's obviously entitled to their own choice, whether to break the rules or not break the rules, and that's part of the problem right now. It's kind of like steroids in baseball. I don't want to draw too strong of a correlation, but the idea is that some people are competing on different levels with unfair advantages than others, and what that does is it forces people who are struggling to consider maybe going down that dark path that is not allowed, it's against terms of service, and it's affecting almost the way almost everybody plays the game, whether they realize it or not. Now, the reason I've never talked about modding on my channel, but by the way, just full transparency here, I'm sure I featured many modding attacks on my channel, and I made that decision very early on that I'm not going to try to do witch hunts or police what is and isn't modding, because frankly, A, it's not my my job, and it's nobody's job to do so. It puts a lot of stress on the individual clan leader and the group of clan leaders when you do that, and that's part of the reason. That's one of the problems with modding. It puts us as clan leaders and co-leaders in a very tough position because we want players to do well and we want good attackers, and 99% of us want people who play by the rules. But it puts us in the impossible position of trying to guess who is cheating and who isn't cheating, and then it goes into, you have to question somebody's credibility, you have to question somebody's morals, and it just becomes difficult. And then there gets to a point where, hey, this guy's a really, really good attacker. Do we kick him because it seems a little suspicious that he's really good, or is he just really good? And that's just not fair to the clan. It's not fair, and that's one of the big issues with modding. But an even bigger issue with modding, in my opinion, well, there's three big issues. The second big issue is that, in clan wars. So look at my clan, for example. Way back in the day when clan wars started, we were all maxed out Town Hall 10s. But the truth of the matter is, the higher you go in terms of average base level in your clan, the more apt you are, the more likely you are to get matched up against total modding clans. When I say total modding clans, I mean clans that openly encourage modding. Now, like I said, this isn't a video to bash anybody. So, I visited clans. I have friends in clans who openly encourage modding. So that's something that they do at risk of possibly being banned or suspended, although it's been few and far between that we've seen that. But modding has brought good things to the game. It's brought us being able to identify and show off and learn many new strategies. Like some of the videos I've brought, I'm sure some of the Queen Walk tutorial videos were originally done by modders, and then we learned how to do them as fair play people. We just have to spend much more time thinking out strategies. We only have one shot to get it done. So we have to watch YouTube videos. We have to find the base that we want to attack. And let's face it, because we're fair play, because we choose not to download Xmod or iMod, it puts us at a big disadvantage. It just does. And that's really not fair to people who try to play by the rules. It's just very simple. Like I said before, there's a lot to say for modding, developing strategy. But at the end of the day, it's cause clans like my own who really stress the whole fair play aspect to have to add Town Hall 9s. We added Town Hall 9s about 6 months to 8 months ago, and the reason we did that was try to lower our clan weight. That way we're all not matched up constantly against these mod clans, and a lot of them are foreign. You can't, it stinks, and it's not fair to the foreign clans. It's not fair to Chinese clans that they're all assumed to be cheaters, So there's a lot that goes into this whole arena, and that's part of the reason I never mentioned it. The other reason I never mentioned it is because, the more you talk about things like this, the more attention it brings to the issue, and then the more people that do it. So we don't want more people modding, but at this point, it seems to be pretty rampant among a certain, it's still not the majority, it's the vast minority, but when you get higher and higher, as I mentioned, you run into more and more modding clans. I would love to have a clan like Lost Phoenix or something. We could easily, us over in Elite Nation, we could easily have clans that are all maxed at Town Hall 11s, and we could push for, the top 10, top 20 clan in the world. But if we do so, we're going to run into way more modding clans in matchmaking, so that forces our hand, kind of, if we want to have fair wars, that we have to lower our clan war weight, and that kind of stinks. We want to have all max bases. There's no way, in my opinion, that a clan that could feasibly recruit all max bases and have a shot at competing for trophies, it makes no sense that we are prevented from doing so just because we want to have a better shot at playing against fair play clans. That doesn't make much sense to me, and it's a really unfortunate situation that we found ourselves in. But the third and main reason that I'm bringing it up today, so I guess obviously you could ask yourself, okay, you said you never brought it up before, good for you, so why you're bringing it up today? And that's because of my third wish for the future of Clash of Clans. You guys know that before the big Town Hall 11 update, my main wish for the game, and I was like the only person in this camp. I remember I had Jake and Powerbang on some expert interview series, and we were speculating on Town Hall 11 update, or it wasn't Town Hall 11 update then, it was just the big update. And I remember I was the only idiot who really was anticipating clan war tournaments or clan tournaments of some aspect of the whole live events that they've been bringing us, or a feature that was very similar to the ones that they were doing all around like the Nordic area, and then they went all over the world, as you guys know. So I anticipated that, and I gotta be honest with you, I mean, playing a game like Clash Royale that I'm now covering, and you just see the opportunity more than ever for an e-gaming venue of some sort to support Clash of Clans. And man, it would be so cool to have these quick, fast tournaments, maybe even 5x5 tournaments. It would just be so much fun. And I would love to compete at a high level with a lot of stakes on the line, not having to wait, 24 hours for 2 attacks as the Clan Wars setup is now. I love Clan Wars right now, and I don't think they should be changed. I think they should just add a whole new element to the game. And you know what? Jonas alluded to that many times, both at ClashCon and also on the interview that he did with Chief Pat's channel. So I think they're coming in 2016. I really do. I would bet my base on it, to be honest with you. But I just want them, and I want them to be, finely tuned. I'm willing to wait a little bit longer, as long as they are well thought out, and most importantly, as long as they're fair. So that gets me back to point 2. I think the number 1 issue right now, as far as a competitive stance in the game, is modding, is Xmod, is cheating. In order for them to have viable clan war tournaments, they need to get rid of modding. Now, I don't know everything from the programming side of things. I do know some things because obviously I was there. I got a chance to talk to the Clash team, and I guess I should clear this up real quickly. That a lot of people were, I guess fairly bashing some of the YouTubers that were over there in Finland, and I just have to say, for Clash Royale I should mention, and I just have to say that we did have the opportunity to speak to the Clash team as well, and I have to mention right now, I'd be remiss if I didn't, that I voiced all my opinions on everything from modding to farming to balancing. I talked about it all to them. So for those of you who have said, I've seen a few other videos from other YouTubers saying that, why are the YouTubers just over there for Clash Royale? They're sellouts, they don't care about us. But I have to say that, I mean, who knows if they'll listen? But I really did, I poured out I vented all the community issues that I believe are in the community right now, and I also shared some of my solutions. Who knows if they'll end up addressing any of these? But anyway, going back to the modding thing, is I think that it is absolutely paramount that they fix modding if they're going to have clan war tournaments, especially because we want it to be fair. We want there to be rankings and a cool system where you can see who the best clans or the best people are, individuals, and you want to be able to do that in an environment where you're confident that things are above the board, they're on the books. And that will mean no modding. So, what would you do? What would I do? What would I recommend as far as a solution goes to the whole Xmod problem? Because it is pretty rampant. So my solution would be to get, and it's just my solution, but it would be to give warnings. If they can't go after the mod companies, which I presume they can't because they're all out in, protected communist China or something. But, if you can tell who's modding, which hopefully they can tell, then I would just issue warnings, right? So issuing warnings with no suspension, a big blanket warning would be my idea, because you don't want to be too punitive on the first go-round, at least in my opinion. But what I would do is be extra aggressive after the warnings. So the idea behind the warnings would be, it would give an anonymous warning so people weren't called out, because I think if, thousands and thousands of members were called out, even though the vindictive side of me would love that. At the same time, I think maybe just giving a blanket warning, hey, we know you're doing this. If you continue to do it, you're going to be banned, permabanned. That would be my idea. That way, everybody has a totally fair warning, and then if you do it again, then whatever. And that way, even if the companies still make mod, you can't really do anything because the individual has too much to risk to use it. So guys, that would be my idea. I'm sure there are better ideas out there, but thanks for listening to all my 3 wishes, and I really want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments below, and I'm going to go ahead and read them all and respond to as many as possible in this video. So guys, thank you so much, and as always, take care. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. Just a few ways you can help the channel out. Number 1, like. Number 2, subscribe. And number 3, comment. Tell me what you think of the video. I really appreciate it, guys, and it really helps me out a lot. Also, you can find me on social media. I'm active every day on Twitter at @clash_with_ash, and on Bindle chat group #ClashWithAsh. And as always, you can find me on my website at www.clashwithash.com. Thanks, guys.